I was never the type of guy who had the exact same look. I basically looked different every single year for a very long time, and there's multiple reasons for that. Whenever I started bulking, I got completely different hair. It was like black, my body got bigger, and then there was a year after that where I cut, and then I looked completely different. Then it's a product of me always trying to improve the way I look, and if I look the same, then that's me essentially failing at my mission. Today I want to explain how to go through that transformation from a guy who kind of just looks normal, kind of just looks average, who looks like a normal guy, to completely rebranding yourself and rebranding your look, becoming much more attractive. How I became completely unrecognizable in the span of like a year. The first thing, and I talked about this in all of my other videos, and I'm gonna say it again, I'm gonna keep saying this until y'all get it through your freaking heads, because a lot of people keep telling me, oh, well, you keep saying the same things. I'm saying the same things because the same things fucking work. The first thing, lower your body fat percentage. Before you do anything else I'm about to describe, you need to lower your body fat percentage. Unless you're skinny and you need to gain some muscle mass and bulk up. I just posted a video about how to gain muscle mass and bulk up. If you want to know how to gain muscle mass and bulk up, go watch that video. This video is not for you. This is for the people who have done that. You've already done the hardest part of the work, and now you want to reveal those abs that you've been building, and the way that you do that is by lowering your body fat percentage. Honestly, I think this is the biggest reason why I look so different. Most of my high school was spent doing absolutely nothing but just trying to gain muscle. I was probably bulking for like 3 or 4 years. My body fat percentage was higher because it needed to be. I was naturally gaining as much muscle as I possibly could on my frame before I started cutting. So it was a necessity, but I think for a lot of you who are watching this right now, you're not fat because you're bulking. You're fat because you're just fat. You need to lower your body fat percentage. The way that you do that is through a caloric deficit. Calorie deficit is basically when you eat less calories than you're burning on a daily basis in order to lose weight. There's a number out there. It's called your calorie maintenance. And what that is basically how many calories you need to eat on a daily basis to maintain your weight. Calorie maintenance. So all you gotta do is go online, look up a calorie calculator, find your calorie maintenance, and then if you want to be in a calorie deficit and you want to start losing body fat, what you need to do is you need to subtract 250 to 500 calories less than that calorie maintenance number. And then all you need to do is make sure that you eat that, whatever that number is, minus 250 or 500 if you want to lose weight really fast. 500 minus your maintenance number. All you have to do every single day for the next like 4 or 5 months is just make sure you eat at whatever that number is consistently. And then maybe have one cheat day a week. Maybe. If you want to be really consistent and you want to make the progress as much as possible, then don't have a cheat day. I know a lot of you are probably thinking like, how do I reduce the fat on my face? That's not how losing body fat works, because you can't spot reduce fat. When you lose body fat on your entire body, you lose body fat on your face, but you can't specifically lose body fat on your face and then not lose body fat anywhere else. If you want the body fat on your face to leave, the body fat on the rest of your body has to leave. So if you're somewhat overweight, or if you're chubby, or even if you're skinny fat, a lot of that fat is probably reflected in your facial structure. You don't have a very defined lean face because you don't have a very defined lean body. As long as you follow what I'm saying and you lower your body fat percentage, your face will change with the body change. And that's one of the reasons why I look so different. So I'm probably the leanest I've ever been, and my face is also the most attractive it has ever been. Completely change your hairstyle. I don't think a lot of you realize how different a person can look when they go from one type of hairstyle to a completely different one. Have you ever seen those like dreadlock transformation things where guys, they'll have these like classic like low tier like Miles Morales like fade, and then out of nowhere they just start growing their hair long, and then they get dreadlocks, and then all of a sudden they look completely different from how they looked before. Hair plays a very big part in how you look. It's probably the #1 defining factor on human beings for why everybody looks so different. We look so different because we all have completely different hair. So if you're a guy who's always had long hair, if you were to just get a buzz cut right now, you would look completely different. For a very long time, I had short hair, and then I started growing my hair out, and it got longer and longer and longer when I got dreadlocks. I look completely different, but I look better. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you exactly what hairstyle to get, because again, I don't know what you look like. You need to get this specific haircut, and you need to get this. I don't know what you look like. I don't know what haircut you need to get. But what I will tell you is that you need to get a different one. You need to grow your beard out too. That's another thing about hair. Facial hair plays a big part, and that's another reason actually that I look so different. I didn't have any facial hair for 90% of my high school career, and then, you know, I started using minoxidil, and I started growing a little bit of a beard and a little bit of a mustache, and I started getting it trimmed by a barber. And when I started doing that, I ended up looking much better, but I also look completely different. I know it's not a lot, but all of this was not here beforehand. But even just this tiny amount of facial hair actually does play a big difference in how I look, because if I was to just shave it all off, I mean, I still look much better than I looked back then in high school, but I wouldn't look as different as I look now. So even just that little bit of facial hair helped me kind of look much different and much older too. And I'm pretty sure most of you out there can probably grow more facial hair than I can. I kind of struggle a little bit. It takes a really long time for me to grow any type of like thick facial hair. I don't know. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but a lot of you out there already have. You already do have a lot of facial hair. So if you do, I would suggest don't cut that. Don't cut that super big beard. You don't want it to be too long. There's like a perfect length. The best example I can use is like the YouTuber Austin Dunham. The way his beard looks, especially when it's like grown out, is probably for most of you the best length. You want it to accentuate your face and your jawline. And I would also say make sure you research like the best hairstyle for your face shape, because if you get a hairstyle that doesn't fit your face shape, it's not going to look right. I have a very round type of face shape, and for guys who have like a rounder face shape, shorter hair looks worse, and that's because the shorter your hair is, the bigger and more round your face looks. So I have like super big, very poofy, like afro long hair. It kind of like takes away from the roundness of my face, if that makes sense. The last thing that I did to become completely unrecognizable in 1 year is to start working out and put on muscle mass. Oh, brother. This one's pretty obvious, but I just feel like there's a lot of untold benefits to going to the gym that a lot of people don't talk about. Like, have you ever seen those like 10-year not 10-year, maybe like 2 or 3 year like natural transformations on YouTube? If you go and you watch those, you can kind of see like the guy in question looks so much younger before he went to the gym, before he did all that stuff. And then after the gym, after like 2 or 3 years of the gym, it's almost like he aged like 10 years in the span of like 3 years, if that makes sense. That benefit to weightlifting is never talked about. You build this physique, but you also build yourself up as a man with it. You just look more masculine, I guess, is the best way I can put it. I don't know if it's just the testosterone. I don't know. Honestly, can't tell you what it is. You just start to look more like a man, which I feel like is such a key factor in becoming like unrecognizable. Before, they looked like they were 14, and then like a year later, they look like they're 24. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of transformation you want to make. And I'm telling you right now, the gym is probably the best way to do that. So lowering your body fat percentage, changing your hair, all of that stuff is important, but you're not going to look nearly as good doing either of those things if you don't also go to the gym. I can't give you like a routine. You got to find your own routine, bro, because different stuff works for different people. I talked about this in the video that I just made. I had to switch up my routine a couple times. I've been in the gym for like 4 or 5 years, and only just now have I found a routine that actually like works my body the way that I should have been working my body from the day that I started. I had to restructure my workout and prioritize the worst muscle on my body, which is my arms, because they're so far behind the rest of my body. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the worst muscle on your body is. I can't account for stuff like that. So I don't like to do that. I'd rather just give general advice, which is just find your own routine. If you really, really, really want to get deep into it, I have a course coming out. It's a course, but it's a community. So I'm going to create an entire community of people just like you who are really looking to improve themselves. And in that community, the people who sign up, I'm going to go out of my way to give you like one-to-one advice. Like if you send me a picture, I will sit there and write you an entire document if I have to on like everything you should do to like improve your looks. There's also going to be a foolproof, probably like hour to 50-minute long course until that course comes out. If you have any more questions, follow my Instagram, Supreme Kai Self. You can ask me on there. And yeah, that's pretty much it.